Okay, then we might as well just do the normal opening there. Hi guys, welcome to episode 39 of the Two Gamer Dads podcast. Episode 39. This one I'm excited about. We've got well, as usual, my co-host Marv. Hi Marv,
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. And we have Quan and Chris, the deckers. Well, you have to change that name already because
No one uses.
does Quan even have a deck?
I do. I just don't use.
Oh, you do have a deck? Okay. Anyway, hi Quan, hi Chris. Okay,
Hello.
how's everybody doing?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't
How's
complain.
let's go. I know Chris has been overseas. Where did you go?
I was in Manila for the week.
Oh, you visited our favorite Filipino friend.
Yeah.
How was it? What did you guys do?
Oh, not much. Just chill. I was in there for like pretty much just 2 days. So
When you go, do you stay at this place?
yeah.
And it's just you, right? As in Chris and
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Some trips it coincides that we sort of arrange it, so there are people who mutual friends who sort of all fly in around the same time.
How-
But it's just me.
how big is Miko's house?
Big.
That's not that. Can
Don't
you
even-
describe?
You don't want to know, bro. You really don't.
Oh, like you can get lost.
No lah. I wouldn't say you can get lost, but I mean, it is. I mean, there's a scale of land size there that that
Yeah, they cannot be
it's almost
matched. Right?
unseen in Singapore. So
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. How many? Can you count how many bathrooms he has? Bathrooms he has.
oh, you can count how many bathrooms he has. He doesn't have that many rooms because all of the rooms are massive. Like
Oh.
they're not. It's not. I mean, this is not like. This is not Buckingham Palace where there's like 100 and
Yeah.
30 rooms.
That's what I'm imagining.
It's not like it's just that each room is massive. Like
Okay.
you could fit entire HDB apartments in one room.
Wait, what?
That's how big I'm not even joking. That's how big the rooms are.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like one room
Yeah.
is bigger than a lot of apartments in Singapore.
Okay. Nice. It's nice to have rich friends. Anyway. Anyway. How Quan, how you doing?
Okay.
You sound very far away. You know it's funny because you have that thing.
Yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
like your mic is like 10 further away.
Trying to work around that.
Actually, you actually sound louder now that you move closer to the.
Oh, I know why it was picking up from my webcam.
Yalla, sila. Okay. Anyway,
That explains so much.
how are you guys? How are you? Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you guys a question. Since this what have you guys been watching or doing or playing?
You mean we're not going back to ramen? Okay.
Oh yeah, no. So I was
You haven't
recommending.
thought what the second ramen is.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
said that he had to go to Kiambo, which he tried, and he said it was really good. His wife, however. So what do you think is the best part of Kiambo? Kiambo is
The
like
pork.
yeah,
I know what Marv loves about the
yeah, chashu, right?
The pork,
Yeah.
right?
So,
The pork,
so for
the
any of you who are
chap-chap.
listening, yeah, who
For me,
goes
for me,
to,
it's the mala lah, but
yeah, the broth, right? The
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, for those who don't know, Kiambo is a karamiso ramen store it's in between Akihabara and Omiya, but you could just go to Akihabara and eat. And so I recommend it to him. But his wife took one bite of the chashu and gave it to him, or 2 bites.
What?
And gave it to him.
Too
Gave it to
fatty,
him. So
right?
yes,
Knew it.
exactly. It's too fatty.
I mean, to be fair, it is pretty fatty, which is the best.
But
and
it's
so-
flavor.
Why we love it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
you either love it or you. If
Yeah,
you're health
you know-
conscious, you're not gonna like it.
When you buy the chashu in Singapore, right? I always just if they give me the lean part, I'm just sad,
Mhm.
right?
I mean, it's funny you say that, but my son would hate the chashu at Kikambo.
He likes the more lean
He
stuff.
hates like this
the lean.
fatty. Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so
Does your
yeah.
friend's wife also think that Ichiran is the best shit ever?
No. Okay, so the second ramen that I recommended to them, I don't know if
It's
you.
Ichiran.
I'm pretty. Guys, do you have so low standards for me? Yeah, I've come to Japan and I've fallen in love with Ichiran.
So you've fallen in love at the convenience that you can eat it at 2 in the morning
Yeah.
everywhere.
No, the thing about going back to this Ichiran thing, right? Ichiran isn't that bad. I think it's perfectly serviceable ramen.
Yeah, it is.
It's
to be
just
fair.
not worth
Not better.
queuing up for.
Yeah, exactly.
Just that
like-
if you've flown 6,000 miles to a country, don't queue up for 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Queuing up doesn't make sense.
Is it still
Right.
like? Is there still a queue?
It depends
Yeah.
on which Ichiran you go. I
Yeah.
think.
Depends
If you
on
go
where
to
are,
like the
lah.
main
one-
cities,
I think the one
confirm.
outside of
Yeah.
Tokyo and Osaka are probably a lot better.
The one
Actually,
in
the one
Sendai.
Right.
Yep.
True.
It has 6 floors lah. The one in Sendai has 6 floors.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, but I mean, each floor is like really small. It's like it's just like 10 counters on each floor.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
it's
true. When I
six.
come over, we're going Ichiran, right?
I mean, if you want. So anyway, the second place I brought them, I introduced them is a place called Menyaito. Have you had it before, Chris?
Yeah.
Menyaito?
They've had it before. Oh, I brought them.
It's
You all don't remember
Tsukemen.
already.
It's Tsukemen, like on the outskirts.
Ito, Marv, is the place that
Yeah, I know.
place that we went and I recommended you stuff and you went to order everything that I did not recommend. And
I
then
ordered
you
like
did it.
I remember I ordered the
No,
dawn,
Tsukemen.
right? The rice.
You ordered the rice.
Uh,
No, you ordered the rice and you ordered
food,
you
normal
ordered the
ramen.
ramen that I did not recommend, and then you regretted it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. So anyway,
And
she
because it's so
said-
far away, we're never going back there again. At least
yeah,
not for
yeah,
you.
it's far. It's like an hour and a half, like by train from like Shinjuku. But anyway,
yeah.
I recommended Minya. She just messaged me what I said. This is the best Tsukemen I've ever had.
Yes, Meito is
I was
Meito
like,
is
best.
good.
Yeah, it's good. But anyway, what have you guys been? So that's the ramen story. What have you guys been playing or doing? I wanted to ask Kwan, since he's are you the most up to date with Wheel of Time season 3?
Yeah, I think so. I just watched season episode 5
Just came out, is it? Is it today?
today. Yeah.
Chris didn't watch, right? He's
Okay.
not been watching season.
I've watched season 1. I've not. Wait. Yes, I watched season 1. I did not watch season. I stopped.
Oh,
I did not
so
watch
you watched the
season
worst season?
2. I watched. Yes.
Wait,
Yeah, you
no,
watched the
season 1. Wait.
No,
It
season
is,
1
it
is
is.
definitely the worst,
It's the
right?
Okay.
Season 1 is the one where Matt is outside of the way and he's like, "Where's everybody going?"
You know what?
And that was the last we see of the actor, right?
yeah.
And,
I
uh,
Yeah, they
forgot
changed
okay,
him, right?
Yes, they
Yeah,
changed him
because
from
he-
season
Someone
2
else
onwards.
in season 2.
Yeah.
And you see the Trollocs up close and personal, and then it's all like fake.
Yeah. But season 2 they made it better, right? Because the first episode in season 2, Ishamel was talking to a Trolloc, right?
You know what? I think for Wheel of Time, I'm going to wait for it to finish,
No.
and then depending on what the general consensus
No.
is on how the show ends, I'll think
okay.
about whether I want to watch it or not.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say that I'll
Yeah.
watch it all at one shot. Do you really want to give yourself such a horrible, like it could be a horrible experience if you force
It's a
yourself
Game
to
of
watch
Well,
it?
Thrones.
I think whether I watch it or not depends on how it ends. Like, I'll wait. I'm
Okay,
not in
so
any rush.
Kwan, how has season 3 been?
I think it's a step back from 2.
Okay,
I think-
like in everything, pacing.
I mean, we talked about this, right? The costuming is like out of this world. It's not fitting at all. It's so weird. And it starts with a bang, right?
What is the weird part about it though? Like what's
Look at
just describe it
Maureen's
for me.
hat.
Or is it like
So-
the
She's
so-
in
wizard
the
hat?
Ayu desert.
So they are,
It's
they
a straw
are
hat.
going towards Ruidian, right? And they're in the Ayu Desert, and she's wearing like this
Straw
hat
hat.
with like and her clothes they have like prints on them, like hexagonal prints, and then she's
Mm.
wearing like some skirt thing. She looks like
Should-
she's going on like a I don't know a
Fashion
tour
show?
in France or something like that.
Oh.
It's damn out of place. And then what's that girl's name? The one that can see the future.
Min.
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 Min, yeah. So she's in disguise undercover as a servant in the White Tower, right? And she's wearing like a
Yeah.
pantsuit. She's wearing like a white jacket with a black
Yeah.
shirt and white pants. She looks like she's going for a power meeting. Like she's a CEO, you know. and then there's one scene where she does
Guys,
like she
Guys.
flips her jacket and she says, "I'm in disguise."
this is the hat. Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't see. Let me see. Oh, it's a sun hat. It's a
Yeah.
sun hat. It's a
Yeah.
sun hat.
Okay. That's the
I
hat.
mean, to be fair, Rosamund Pike looks good.
I mean, that's never been the problem.
It just
mean-
looks like.
Rosamund Pike would look good if you put her in a. in
Oh
a-
crap! I think the stream messed up. Okay.
No, it's okay.
not-
It's just that, yeah.
yeah. Okay, so it's not just the costume, right?
For me, it's the pacing also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the way that they are trying to get the story across. I feel
Okay.
like they don't show it well and they don't tell it well. So you just
And-
end up being very
Mm.
confused.
I feel
And
like
as
they
someone-
wasted
Okay.
Avasarala as well. Like,
Mm.
She's
She's such
Eleda,
a-
right? She's Eleda,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What's her real name?
Okay.
Yeah, I like how you say Avarsala.
Nobody
so
knows
that's
her real
really-
name. Yeah, you just know her as Avasarala.
The
The
expense,
Expense,
the expense lady.
The badass lady
The
from The
expense
Expense.
lady.
Oh,
No, who else?
Shore
is there?
Agashido.
Ah,
Okay,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
That guy flew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe she will show up later. To be fair, Aleda's role is quite big later on. But can I ask you guys? Because now I think the show. Correct me if I'm wrong. The show is like taking place in different like
Yeah.
Yes, they
Rand
have split up.
and
Yeah,
Rand and
Perrin
I
and
presume
Matt.
Perrin and and so Rand and Avienda and Moiraine are in Rudian
Yes,
and Elaine
with
as well.
Egwene. No, Elaine is
No,
back in the
Elaine
White
is back
Tower.
in Rudian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she went back to the White Tower, and then
I mean-
Min and Matt is in the Matt Tower.
No, Perrin and Matt are going to. Wait, they went back
Back to
to. Yeah.
Rivers, right?
Correct.
Back to Two
No, Matt
Rivers.
didn't. Matt didn't.
Oh, Matt didn't it? Oh wait.
No, Matt is supposed to
Oh,
stay
no.
in the White Tower.
Yeah, no, Matt he took
the
the
White
ship
Tower.
with
he's
Elaine
going
with
and the spy lady, the
And
Yeah.
yeah.
Min. Yeah.
And Nynaeve. And
Okay.
Okay. So let me ask you, now that there are like three, they always do this thing where they split them into two different places and you follow. Do you find that there are some places, like some perspectives that are more interesting? Like you don't want to watch what is happening with like Perrin, for example.
yeah.
I kind of don't really want to watch from any perspective. Honestly, I'm just watching because I feel like I'm invested in it. Sunk
Okay lah,
cost.
to be fair, the IU ways and episode 4 was really good in explaining the history of the IU, right? So that was
Yeah.
quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think dealing with the Children of the Light again and Perrin's whole story is like,
Yeah.
who cares? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So okay, we won't talk so much about spoilers because I don't want to. But it's because Perrin is going back, and what is his reason for going back? Is it to protect the Two Rivers?
No.
Oh, okay. So that's not the reason why he's. Is it because I heard because he's homesick?
Mm. Yeah.
It's a horrible reason to go back.
I think his story is the one that I care the least about, or rather his path
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Okay. So in the books, if I spoil it for you, he kills Bornhold in season 2, right? He kills the father.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Dane Bornhold is the one that his son.
Yeah.
His son wants to purge Two Rivers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's also in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's going back to because he feels like he needs to protect Two Rivers and clear his name. That's his
Yeah.
supposed
He's.
kind of doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really sad that you say that actually about his story in the shows. 'Cause
Yeah, 'cause he's
from what
quite
I remember from the book, Perrin's story was probably the most interesting for me actually
yeah.
from the books.
Well, when he can enter the Teleran, right?
Yeah. Like I thought that was the most interesting part. Like the Rand's story from the books, he was not close to being my favorite character.
He's boring for the first 7 books, and he gets more exciting once he gets less beauty.
Long
How many
time to
books are
stay
there
invested.
in the entire
See, that's
series?
why I never made it.
Oh, 14.
14.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
14 books.
Wow.
You know what's the funny thing is that when Robert Jordan pitched the Wheel of Time, he was supposed to finish the book. Finish the series. The last battle was supposed to be the 3rd book. He was supposed to pick up the sword that is not a sword from the stone that is not a stone in the 1st book. He was supposed to pick up Calendar in the 1st book.
He really milked it, huh?
Yeah, he really. I mean,
Good for him, man.
to be fair, that the book is very epic. There's a lot of stuff that happens, so it's not his fault. But anyway, okay. So you give your rating 5 out of 10, 4.
So
No,
far
I would say the.
higher lah. Higher.
Yeah, Buff, you go ahead first. You go
6
first.
or 7.
Maybe it's
Like enough.
It's a 6 or 7 for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
Like enough
Yeah,
for me
fine.
to want to continue watching lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 out of 10 is not a bad rating.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 is not a bad.
No.
rating.
No. I think.
It's like a 6.
Yeah, that's why I
right?
think 7 is too high. Because there are some key highlights, right? Like that, right? When they open the scene, like the season.
First, yeah.
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 Although it was
With all the
there are some
fighting
really
with the
stupid parts also, right?
the
Like,
Aes Sedai, right?
how does the Aes Sedai get surprised by the appearance of the Black Aja and get slaughtered? It's like,
Yeah.
guys, you outnumber the Black Aja in the room. How did you lose?
Noob.
Like 4 of them like managed to kill like half of the of the sitters in the room.
Like what the heck?
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
So, but
Well-
that was interesting,
Yeah. Okay.
and episode 4 was interesting. Yeah.
Onto a better show. Has Chris been watching? I know we've all except maybe Chris hasn't been watching. Have you been watching Reacher?
I haven't watched Reacher. I'm up to the Reacher.
As in, you've watched up to the latest episode? Episode 7?
Yeah, I'm fully up to
The
the Reacher.
the
Yeah.
latest one is out.
Episode
right?
8 is out.
Episode 8 is out. Yeah.
Oh, episode's out?
I've started watching it, but I haven't finished it.
Let's live reaction watch it right now.
Watch on stream. We're definitely not going to be copyrighted for showing it on stream.
Yeah.
But that is a good series.
It's a good show.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
mean,
enjoying
I have a
it.
question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What do you feel about this season compared to the other season?
I think season 2 is the best season.
It's
But because
the,
I like Reacher's companions in
it's
season
the
2.
weakest season for me. This season is the weakest
Oh,
so
really?
far. Yes.
I think it's on par with season 1 for
Really?
me.
I think
Yeah.
I think for me
Um,
because season 1 it's like fresh. Like it's a fresh
Yeah.
thing, right?
True,
So-
true.
This one feels a bit too contained, if I can like describe it in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think him having to play this undercover role sort of
Tempers
Restricts
him.
him.
say
Yeah.
consumed him
Correct.
a little bit lah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm-
puts some limits on him. But I suppose it's also interesting because it's a very different aspect of the character,
Mm.
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
in season 1 and 2, the show's entertaining because he's just a wrecking ball going around destroying everything, which he
Yeah.
can't do in this season because he needs to play a role, which I think
Yeah.
makes it a little bit more interesting. I mean, I agree. Season 2, I think is probably the best,
Yeah.
but I think season 3, season 1, they're about there. I think.
I think the because he has to be more he's more. I agree with what you mean by constrained. He can't go all out, right? Season 1, you don't know what he's capable of, right?
Yeah.
But then when you see when he beats up people, he really beats them up, right? And he's the biggest person in season 1. Like everybody's just like, who is this giant? But then in this season they have Paulie, and he's like kind of like a smaller fry.
There's supposed to be a fight in the last episode.
Yeah, I mean, it's the last episode, right?
Yeah,
They
they
have
just
to.
get
yeah.
into it,
Him and
right?
Yeah,
Paulie.
That's why they introduced the character.
He's just gonna whack him. I'm just imagining he's just gonna shoot him with a gun. It's like you think he's just.
No,
gonna
I think I saw like some of the trailers earlier when they
fight, right?
yeah they
fight,
do
right?
fight, yeah.
No way. They definitely do fight. He might
Yeah.
eventually kill him with a gun, but I'm sure that at some point they do
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I
think the
predict
main
there's gonna be a lot of
problem-
violence.
My main problem with it is that a lot of the character relationships, especially
Yeah,
the
yeah.
romance part, seem a bit
Forced, right?
like out of nowhere. Yeah.
The romance part does seem a bit forced, lah. Like it's not
Yeah.
necessary. Why is this necessary?
Yeah.
Basically.
Why is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think the
him
whole
a James Bond.
I think the whole like Teresa angle as well, like them that like different, like they both want different things. It's kind of a little bit. It feels like they are lacking a bit of chemistry,
Mm.
like in the way they like. It feels chemistry is a bit forced, but anyway, still good. Like an 8 out of 10, I
Yeah,
think.
still good. Still better than
Yeah.
Bring of Power and Wheel of Time.
But not as good as Solo Leveling.
Oh
Eh?
damn! It's almost
Just
over,
watch
right? Is it
Solo
over already, or is it almost over?
Just one more episode, I think.
One more episode.
I think we gotta wait like
No.
what, 2 years, 1 year plus.
I'm not that hyped about Solo Leveling.
Oh, well,
Honestly.
yeah.
I mean,
It's a very
I'm making my way through season 2, but it's not. I don't know.
I mean, it's your typical like
it's a
power leveling.
fantasy. And
he's-
power
yeah,
fantasy anime.
right.
I mean, he's just a cooler One Punch Man, lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
Wait, you have who has finished the manhwa? Both Ian's,
I
right?
have-
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah,
you didn't read, right? Actually, I didn't read also, but I want to know. Like, I have a question. Is he
Yeah.
ever in danger? Does he ever like?
Yes.
Okay. Because now it feels
But-
like
Yeah.
up to
Yeah.
now, right? There's like no
There
challenge
is-
for him, yeah.
It's one of those shows where later on they give a huge information dump, and
Yeah.
it's revealed that the world that they live in is like
Yeah.
not what it seems to be.
Okay.
Yeah. The law is quite cool, to be fair.
Yeah, later on that they'll reveal it. So I have a feeling that will be like season. I think the Solo Leveling has at a max 4 seasons before it ends.
Okay.
There's not much. There's not
But
much.
there's the Ragnarok one, right? Like his son.
That's a prequel. A prequel or sequel?
Oh, sequel, right? His son comes.
I can't remember. But anyway, that's still in progress. I think. Not even by the same author, by the way. The
Oh, is it?
Ragnarok.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
written by a different guy. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. And what have you guys been playing? I mean, okay, we'll get to Monster Hunter Wilds. Let's go to Monster Hunter Wilds first. Actually, let's start Monster Hunter. This is the Monster Hunter episode. So I want to hear from because okay, so Marv and I, when did Marv start his Monster Hunter journey? 4?
No,
Three?
on the PSP.
Five?
Hold on.
Try lah.
First
Generation?
Monster on the PSP. Freedom.
Oh, Freedom Unite. Wow. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. And then I started in World. So I started just the previous generation. And so how many hours? I just want to ask, how many hours have you guys put in so far for
Wait, I
Chris
can
and
see, I
for?
can see.
Um,
Chris has
let me
116.
see.
Wow. I think that might be double my.
I'm at 116. Yeah.
Ian
Wow.
has 82.
Oh,
Chase
that's
has
and I'm the lowest.
65.
Yeah,
I
I'm the
have
lowest. Wow.
133.
Wow. Okay. So we'll go step by step. Tell me, how was your campaign experience? Your low rank experience?
I think it was okay. It was not too bad. I mean, decent story. Some of the monster fights seemed a bit, like the reasons for finding the monster. Some of them seemed a bit contrived, but I mean, they just need the thinnest reason to give you to go and kill stuff, right?
Yeah. you mean you didn't like it when you have to look at Alma every time going, can I kill it? Can I kill it?
Oh, yeah, so that was one of the things, right? It's like
authorization granted.
yeah, it's like throughout
So
these things,
great.
like you have this idea of what this so-called Hunters Guild is about, like maintaining balance, all that kind of stuff. And then basically throughout the entire campaign is like, like everything is just please go and kill this thing. It's like, okay.
Yeah. And then you can do 50 event quests where you kill the Chatagabra Corporation after that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What about Kwan? What do you think about the campaign?
So I played World, right? I played about 14 hours of World. So I was very pleased that it was a lot easier to hunt, right? Because you know me, I didn't even watch the cutscenes. I just skipped through all the story.
Okay. So all you know is like the cutscene, then eventually you just, I'm in control.
I just want to know which monster I'm killing next and try not to die.
Point me
Yeah.
at the monster and tell me which one to kill. Right?
Correct. Yeah. So it was a lot easier to do that, and I think that was nice. I liked it. You know me, I like less fiction in games. So
Yeah. So the secret is the mount, the lizard mount that you have is like good for you. It's
yeah.
like just taxi me to the closest monster.
Right.
And
Just
then
bring me
kill
to
it.
the fun, right? Which is I think what they wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
To focus on the main fun of Monster Hunter. Yeah.
Okay. What
Are
you play? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, are there old school players who actually hate the Sacred?
I'm sure
Yeah.
there are.
Of course, many.
Yep.
Many. A loud minority.
Because it's too easy?
Because it makes it less like hunting and more just like monster fighter. Like you're actually hunting the monster, you don't have to track it down.
There's a lot of QOL. It's not just like the secret is
Yeah.
just one of many.
Mm.
And obviously people who are like the purists, they're not very
Yeah.
happy lah.
So
Yeah.
like in the current game, you have the stupid firefly things that light your
Yes.
path to the monster.
Mm.
Yeah.
In previous games, there were no such things. is
It was introduced
Only
in
in
World.
World. It's just in World.
Yeah. And it was worse
World-
than what
Yeah.
it is now.
In World, basically you still had to hunt the monster, and what you do is you have to find like, okay,
Tracks.
here's a
Footprint.
paw print on the floor.
Yeah.
So you collect the paw print, and then that scout fly will come out, and it will lead you to the next hint down the road. And then you run to the
Yeah.
next. Maybe it's like he scratches his the
He clawed a tree.
the
Yeah.
It has caught
Yeah.
a tree. Then you pick up the thing, and then it'll lead you to that, and then you have to fulfill like maybe 5 or 6 of it before you actually find the monster.
it?
But in
I can see why
Yeah.
Yin Kwan would have hated it.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then in this game, it's still that you do the same thing, except that you don't need to do anything because your sacred just
Yeah.
it's
You just
what
press
they do
up.
that walking that walking simulator,
Simulator
right?
thing,
You just
yeah.
follow, which is I guess for Kwan is much better than I
Yeah.
go there.
The
pick
Net
up
Geo
stupid-
thing.
Yeah, I think How was yours? How about for Mark? What's your campaign?
For low rank, right? You're talking about low rank. I actually felt that it was a pretty good low rank experience, especially for newcomers. I think it's one of the best intros to the series. I think as a vet,
Yeah.
I'm one of those who I don't care about. I don't want it
Hunting.
I don't want the barrier to remain high. Like, I'm glad that they're introducing easier ways to get into the game, and I think also because of our current where we are now in life. You know, we're all dads and then we're all working adults. Maybe if it was like 20 years ago when we're still like in school, I'll be like, wow, so easy, like, you know, fuck this game.
Yeah.
But now I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, I just want to press up.
Yeah.
I actually watch the cutscenes. I watch all the
We
cutscenes.
actually,
But I also just want to
most
press
of
up.
us watch all the cutscenes. It's
Yeah.
only Quan that just the whole thing.
Yeah, like I just want to press up on a D-pad and then just sit there and, you know, let the secret do
Yeah.
its thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
I
think-
what I
sorry,
like
go
is that they removed all the stupid quests that is in every
Yeah.
single Monster Hunter game before. Like go kill 8 of the small guys
Yeah.
before you can fight the
Can you
big
imagine
guy.
they actually kill 8 of the
Yeah.
like the insects or
I mean,
whatever.
To be fair, those quests are still there, but they don't force you to do it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it
correct.
used to be
Force you
part
do it.
Yes.
of
It
yeah.
used to be compulsory.
Ah.
Or no, it's not even. That's not even the worst. Sometimes they ask you to go and pick up it. They need to ask you to pick up like a raptor egg. Then you have to carry the egg from the nest,
From, like,
and
the
you
end
can't
of the
even
map.
ride
Yeah.
at the end of the
You have to
map.
carry
You're
it.
gonna bring it back to your camp. And if you get hit by a monster and the egg drops, it breaks.
Yeah.
Your quest ends. They gotta redo the same thing again.
Well, you guys definitely cannot play Valheim.
Yeah, no. So that was the way Monster Hunter. Last time when you see the map, right? Before World at least, you can't even see where the monster is. So you actually have to go into the world. You find the monster and then you paintball it, like you shoot a paintball at it, and then only after you paintball it, then you can see where it moves on the map. Yeah, if not, you couldn't see.
It only
And you
lasts
do
for
it
15 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you do have to do it every hunt.
Mm.
Yeah, so there's a lot of friction, which I do appreciate that they removed it. Okay, and so what I want to ask actually, what's your favorite? So there are like, what's the monster like? What's the roster like, Marv? How many monsters are there? I know it's
This
actually
one?
I've heard it's
20.
the smallest roster
It's yeah, it's a
Smallest
small,
roster
yeah.
in any Monster Hunter game.
Lesser
I
than
wanted to
WoW,
ask
lesser
you guys-
than
What is your favorite monsters to hunt? Like, did you guys have like a few monsters that were like, oh, this is cool?
28. There's 28.
Yeah. How many did Rise have?
I know World had 30. Basically.
Okay, I mean that's not.
yeah.
Favorite monsters to hunt.
Yeah.
Or even what's
I
your
can-
favorite?
Like
It's
yes,
a tough
like
question actually.
Yeah.
Or like things that you thought were really cool.
I quite like Arkveld actually.
Yeah. I said, so you like the what do you call this?
It-
The title monster, is that what they call
flagship,
it? Title
the
monster?
flagship monster.
The flagship
Mhm.
monster. The one's on the cover.
I think he seems intimidating, but actually he's not, right? He's not the hardest monster. Yeah,
And
but he's
Gore-
very flashy with his yeah.
Well, he was hard when we played the beta, right?
That's only
Not
because
really.
that's only because of the time limit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
And we one shot him, what? So it's fine. In beta.
Also in the beta, like half of us didn't know what on earth we were doing.
Yeah. What about Mark? I don't know. What about Chris? Do you have a favorite one?
I don't know, but I suppose like monsters that I thought were really cool when I encountered them. I like the T-Rex.
Of our engineer? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the T-Rex is cool. Who else did I quite like? I
Those
quite like
Shaguma.
I quite like the spider bosses in general.
Oh, really?
They're cool. Yeah, Lala Brina's cool.
Did you guys like?
The Zoshia fight was nice. I enjoyed the Zoshia fight.
Yeah.
I thought it
Oh,
was
and
pretty-
good news! You get
I
to
thought
play
it
him
was
again.
easy, but
You get to fight him again.
Yeah.
yeah. So he's coming, but I thought that fight was cool. I like the fact that there are mechanics that you
Yeah.
can sort of look at. I don't know
Yeah.
whether those mechanics will still play a part in high rank because people are killing monsters in 2 minutes. So I don't know.
Did you like
But then,
Jindara? Mechanics.
wait, Jin Dahad?
Jindar.
Jindar.
Jindar,
yeah.
Yeah. The ice one, right?
No,
I think
Jindar
he's
is
cool. Why? Why is he stupid?
Fuck that guy. No, I mean I don't know. He was okay. I mean Jindar is not bad.
Because
it's
you,
cool
you
that
took
you-
like 3 attempts to down him, remember? The HR one I
Hold
came
on,
to
yeah.
help you with.
Yeah. So the
And
first
we
time I
wiped.
did- yeah, first time you can help me because I think
Why?
I
And we wipe was
Jin Dahad.
yeah.
Back to Jin
Yeah, a
Dahad.
couple of times. Because I think the first time was The first time I didn't know what the mechanic was, so I got killed by the explosion. Second time I was in the wrong place and I couldn't get to
like ice.
The rock. Yeah.
bicycle
the
thing in
rock.
time, and then I died to explosion. And of course, it's only after later that I learned about things that you can
Fast
just
travel.
teleport away, which I mean
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think for me I like because there are always the beginner monsters, right? The ones that
I like Uvduna.
Mm.
you like so you like the
whale.
the flopping whale.
Yeah,
You like the belly flopping whale.
yeah, he's super cute.
I think he's cool. I think he's a cool concept, right?
I don't know what else to say. Like, there's some monsters, because I'm not very good at the game, right? So, there's some monsters when you get, like, when you're getting knocked down by, like, some of the attacks, you get, like, annoyed
Mm.
with the monster. Like, Uvduna, if I get knocked down by the attack, I can't get annoyed. He's just too cute. Like,
Just
I don't know
And
what
he's
else
so
to
slow.
say.
He literally does it like.
Yeah,
He's like,
even if I get hit by it, I'm like, this guy's just too cute.
Yeah.
Like, I
if you
can't.
get hit, it's kind
It's
of
your
your
fault.
fault,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like,
your
you had all
Yeah, I
the-
know. So it's just like,
had all the
like,
chance to run away. No, but
all the monsters that
I
get annoyed
don't
with
often
the
get hit by him. I get hit by his stupid waves.
Yes, the waves,
yeah,
yeah.
he pushes you back.
You're like, and the wave doesn't even look that intimidating. You're like, oh, I'll just like run through the wave, I mean, I'm a freaking monster hunter, right? I can carry a giant great sword, and the wave just knocks you back and you fall on your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, your same badass monster hunter gets knocked over by a small bug. So what you wanna say?
You can clash the monster though.
Yeah.
can
push him
You
down.
can hold the monster back. Yeah.
Yeah.
only if you shield.
Only
I think the base the early monsters that you fight, like the like low rank like Chatacabra, Doshaguma, are one of my favorites in the series, because when you fight, like the ones that you fight in World and like Rise is like, well, who do you fight? Puke, Marv. Who else do you fight? What's the Kulakuya? What's that one called? The one that carries the stone
Oh.
and then we'll whack it with it.
Kulukut or something like that.
Kuluyaku.
Kulaku. Yeah.
So you guys remember Yang Kyaku?
Mhm.
The annoying chicken that like will
You need to
run
capture.
through it. Yeah, it needs you to capture, and then people use capture net to capture. Yeah, but I think it has the most diverse like early game monsters, and then of course the apex monsters. Right? What are the apex monsters? What's the
Radau.
first? Utuna, Nerudra,
Yeah.
Radau,
The octopus.
and Jindahan.
And Jindahan,
Yeah, Nerudra and Jindahan. I think they're really cool. Yeah. Although I think I was trying to ask Marv, which monster do you want them to fight? Like the Quan and Crystal experience.
I mean, I'm glad Legriacus is coming back, but I think it won't be an underwater fight.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'll be so pissed underwater.
Yeah.
I think I want them to fight Rajang.
Yeah.
So Rajang, should I even spoil it?
It's just a very angry gorilla.
He's an angry gorilla
Yeah.
that shoots lightning out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
I want them
annoying.
to fight
I hate
Devil Ho.
Devil Ho, the pickle. Hey, you guys should just Google Devil Ho. DEV Devil and then
JHO.
JHO.
Yeah. Devil Ho.
Actually, my
Oh, it's
favorite
another
monster
dinosaur
actually
monster.
in Rise.
Like if you
is-
like Anjanath, this guy is like Anjanath on steroids.
yeah, he's worse.
Yeah.
What's the one that can sharpen his tail?
Oh yes, Galvanus. That guy is cool.
Glavenus.
Yeah.
Glavenus is cool. There's
Yeah.
one that uses. He's like a T-Rex
T-Rex is
monster,
intimidating.
but he can. He uses his tail as a sword, and he sharpens.
Yeah,
his
he's like
tail,
a huge great sword on his tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he will like bite his tail so that like to hold it in tension, then he'll release it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like he has a long sword basically.
The other
He's using-
one-
he's using this-
I hope they bring the bagel back. The Bezo geese. He's this like
Yeah,
huge
he's
flying wyvern.
bomber.
And he's a B-52 bomber lah. He just flies around and drops bombs on people. See, he has this reputation of being like a party crasher. So you're fighting a monster, then cause he flies around,
You come and bombing
and
on
then
you.
you hear his theme song like suddenly start playing. Then you're like, why
Oh,
why is there music?
Oh,
And then he will just like freaking dive bomb on you. Like his whole body will just boom. It's damn funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So- so
my favorite like from the current roster but also because I have attachment to it is called Magala.
Uh,
But there is an evolved form of Magala that
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna bring it. It's called Shagaru Magala. It's a
Shagaru
white
Magala.
version of it. Yeah. So that was the one
White-
that caused
The white version is the evolved one, guys.
Yeah.
The white version.
black.
The
Is
black version.
not evolved
The
yet.
black is
Let's not go into politics.
Yeah. But the evolved form is the one that made like myself, Jared, and Zijian like quit the game last time. Yeah. Because we just couldn't clear it. We were so
This
noob.
was in try, right? This was in try, right?
I think it's try. Either try or
in-
4. I can't remember. He was the
Not
flagship
in-
lah.
the
Shagaru.
Rise
Yeah.
Shagaru Magala was okay, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
but
what actually from go ahead.
from the new monsters, I think my favorite is Raydao. I like Raydao
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
I think Radar is cool too.
I love his
He-
ray gun shit. You know where he like charges it up.
yeah.
Then he blasts you, and then his head is just smoking after that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
super cool.
I love his attacks are all very unique. Like he doesn't have like always like I love the one where he carves the
Yeah, he
ground.
puts the
Mm.
yeah.
He does that thing where he carves
Yeah.
the ground. And actually for if you use a shield or any counter weapon, right, you're like, oh, okay. I mean I'm waiting for that moment. So yeah, Radar is a good pick. I love Chatacabra. I just love the froggy. I love that I killed him so many times. He's very therapeutic to kill. Because he's just so easy to
Hello,
like, you
Kanchong.
you hit him 3 times and then like 7 wounds open on his body. And you're like, ooh, wounds.
Per frog.
And then you can destroy him. Yeah. So I wanted to ask because previously obviously Quan and bounced off from World Heart, and then Chris wasn't really a monster hunter person. But of course Marv and I have always tried to get you guys to join. What about Wilds is different for you? Like what clicked for you?
I think the main thing that clicked for me is when Marv told me I could mod the friction out of the game.
And there's already
Yeah.
no friction in there's very so little
Yes,
friction.
I don't want
But
to
there
do
is
this
still
gathering
friction.
shit
Yeah.
lah and like
Yeah, a little
hunting
bit.
shit.
So
yeah.
I think you're not having to create a gathering set and having an optimized gathering route is
Correct.
great for him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you don't even really I mean I have a gathering
You don't
set.
need that in this
I
game.
don't even gather anything at all. Really.
It means you haven't been playing
Yeah.
enough, bro. No lah.
True. I mean, no, but like, what do you need to
Still,
gather?
like, there's not that much together, what?
Yeah, what do you need to gather? Because you have you can send all your homies out to collect stuff for you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think like having played World and like knowing that was part of the game, like, and you all know me right from WoW. I hate going and like gather shit and then like sell and then manage all
Crafting,
that
all that,
potions
yeah.
and things. Yeah, right. So now that I can just, like I said, I just want to go and kill monsters, right? I just want to like go on a hunt with friends, kill the thing, get the loot, and then craft my shit,
Yeah.
and then drop it if I need to, right? Because
Yeah.
like Marv was saying, you just don't have time to go and like run circles around and then go and collect shit.
Yeah. What about Chris? What clicked for you?
I mean, I don't really have a frame of reference, I suppose. I can't actually remember if I tried any of the earlier. I think I actually tried one of the Monster Hunters. I can't remember which one it is. Like maybe a demo or something.
Maybe the Rise demo. Who knows?
Maybe. It just felt very overwhelming. I think I only played like 30 minutes. I was like, "What is this?" and I just stopped.
Yeah.
Maybe also because I tried the demo and not the full release, so there was no story or
Tutorial. Yeah.
like that. So, I mean, even for like Monster Hunter Wilds, I didn't play a lot of the beta because, like, they just drop you in.
Yeah.
I still didn't know what the heck everything was because they gave you all of these stuff in your inventory, and I'm like, what's all this do?
Yeah.
Don't know. Okay.
And there's 1,000 like menu
UI is
options also.
terrible.
Yeah.
Right, UI is terrible. I mean, the beta doesn't explain anything, right? So I just went out there and I just started like wailing on monsters without knowing what the moveset is, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I guess they did a pretty decent job on the campaign. So
Yeah, to teach you
an
how to
introduction
kill.
into for a new player, and even then, like I still think that there's leaves a lot to be desired, right? Like they don't really teach you the weapon moves very well.
Yeah.
Like
I don't. I
Yeah,
think they
they
don't even
actually
teach you
go
at
for-
all. Even if you go,
They do.
even if you go to
have
the
to go
training
the
camp,
tutorial.
if you go to
Yeah,
the training
correct,
camp,
yeah.
they only give you 3 combos when there's like way more than 3 combos.
No, but they do have a tutorial menu
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
there is?
tutorial menu they go and track it out, which,
per weapon, but you have to
Oh,
like go
really?
to the menu.
Shit, I've never. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll show you how to do
It's
everything.
it's a terrible way to learn the moveset lah.
Correct.
It's like reading
Yeah.
those old like game books and then
Yes.
you read all the
This is the
So
Japanese
that
way
might
of
be-
doing things.
Yeah, so that might be done on purpose, but like as a newcomer to the
Yeah, I
game, like as good as the current experience is, there's still a lot like because if I did not try the beta and I started the campaign
Yeah.
and then immediately they say, "Oh, go and hunt this monster," even though it is froggy, like I wouldn't know anything. I'll just be pressing,
Triangle
Why
and- I mean,
X,
trying,
X,
like,
yeah.
I'll just be spamming one button and then be like, "Oh, what like this?" is
yeah,
gonna be boring."
exactly.
Yeah.
Very
So
often.
yeah, like
I
I
think-
thought that they needed to have more of a for that first fight. I thought it would be interesting to have more of a
Tutorial.
yeah, like don't give me the option to immediately change to every weapon that I want. Like maybe just pick a weapon and force me to use it for that first fight, and then do a proper tutorial around that weapon or something. I don't know.
I think on the weapon, that was the other thing that we talked about before getting into this game, right? Like
Yeah, like
when a
choosing the right
weapon
weapon.
really clicks with you,
Yeah.
then you really start to get incentivized to want to do better with the weapon. And then, for me, I started with bow, right? And then that really like, when you enter that flow state, it was like, okay, I get it now, right? And then that made you more confident with each monster. Then you started like expanding to all the different weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I
Anyway-
think with World, I just stuck with a switch axe and then I was just like, okay, I
Yeah.
got bored, then move on. Yeah.
Lam wants to know what HR we are at. He wants to judge us.
What? You can say. I mean, I have the lowest.
I
Mine's
don't know.
probably the lowest.
I'm 200 plus.
lowest
I don't remember exactly.
130,
Yeah.
maybe 40 something.
1-4 something, I think.
And 113 something, 14 something. Yeah.
160, I think.
I remember
Yeah.
early 200s lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lam is what?
So like, what is Lam?
I don't know.
Is he gonna say like?
Oh, he said, "Wow, you're 3
Oh.
digits. He's 70."
Wait, why is he judging us? Isn't it the other way? We're judging him. Oh, he's judging us because we have no
Judging us
life.
because we spend too much. Yeah, we have no life.
Too much
Too much
time.
time.
In it. We have no life. Is that why I'm 70?
He's a heavy Bogan player. Don't need to take what he says seriously.
Oh,
Ah,
Two people. Okay, that's not that. You are HPG. You are HPG main also. You know.
I do want to try the Bogans next, I think.
No, I just played Bogan just now before entering this Discord. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I was killing Kongalala. No, Kongalala was killing me. I was like, what the heck is going on? Why can't I? Why am I doing so little damage?
To be honest,
I'm
the
saying it's
programs
easy,
don't look
right?
like They'll be very fun in a
Yeah,
solo.
it's very easy.
Solo setting.
But it's bugged. It's
I
bugged
I
too.
took it just now, and I made the endgame HPG set, and I went to fight
Yeah.
a 5-star tempered Alveld, and I killed him in 6 minutes, like 6:30. Yeah.
But it's bugged, right? They have this FPS bug.
Oh yeah, the
Like you have
30
to
and 30
you have to-
FPS.
you have to
Oh,
keep
yeah, you can
35
cap it,
to
right,
get
yeah.
to get more.
Don't care lah,
to
nah,
get
man.
more.
Just yeah.
Yeah. But also, so on that note, right? Because you're talking about weapons, and because I always say this, right? Monster Hunter 14 weapons in the roster. Each weapon can be its own game. Like it could be the main weapon of a game, right? Because they're so complex. Maybe not Sword and Shield, but the rest can do it. The rest and
And
Dual
Lance.
Blades are easy.
And
Yeah. So what are your favorite? What is like is your? Because I know Chris started with Switch X, right?
Mhm.
And then you started with Bo Kwan. Marv did HPG, right? For
No, I
something?
did no longsword.
Oh, you did longsword. Oh, you did the whole. You did the whole companion with
Yeah.
longsword. Okay, and I did Switch X as well. So what is the weapon that clicks most with you? Like if I told you, you gotta kill the monster as fast as you can.
I mean,
As fast
Which
as
is
you
it?
can.
so
Or
I
which is
feel
the
like
monster that
for me.
that is
Yeah.
like the most like click like.
So
Okay, maybe
true.
not fast as you. Like you are the most familiar with. Like you're the most comfortable with.
Without a doubt, Sword and Shield.
I mean,
And
for me, it's Switch X lah. But I haven't played a lot of weapons, so
Yeah.
I've more or less played the 3 weapons that I've been playing. So those
Switch
are
X,
the
Hunting Horn, and Insect Glaive.
Yeah.
What about for Kwan?
You'll be surprised.
I know
Lance.
Hammer.
Lance.
No, Lance.
Oh.
That's so
Lance.
easy. You just spam Y and then like block when the fella
But
blocks.
even though you're comfortable with it, do you like playing it?
Yeah, easy.
The counter attack is quite shock lah.
Why not
Yeah, and-
Gunlance then?
Oh, it's more complex. Gunlance is more
Yeah,
complex.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
let's
be quick.
And
Yeah,
Gunlance
yeah,
has worse mobility also.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. On the topic of like tutorials, right, I remember that I taught Kwan how to play Switch X and Charge Blade. We had to
Yes.
sit in front, and even then, the game doesn't even allow you to enter the training area together for someone to teach you. Like even if you got someone to teach you how to play the game, you couldn't even. There's not even a proper experience to.
Hey,
teach
that is feedback that's worth selling to Capcom. We should
someone.
tell
Like
them.
let at least two people enter the training area together. Right?
And they'll monetize your
Yeah,
podcast, bro.
they need a. They, oh, I thought you were saying monetize entering the training. Like you need to buy a training
ticket,
area
entry
for
ticket.
DLC to get
Oh
to
my God.
the training area.
9.99 for 3 tickets.
Yeah. And then like even after I taught you to play Switch X, I think like a week later you were like, wait, you mean you can go straight into another full release slash after you finish the full release slash?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's the whole game. That's the whole loop of a Switch X. Just constantly.
To be fair, Switch X is quite fun. I quite enjoyed
Yeah.
it. And the Charge
Well,
Blade as
that
well.
whole-
Actually, these two are the
That whole like you can go straight into another full release slash is a thing because before watching like people like do like 2-minute clears, I always assumed that you needed to build the
game.
X meter up more, right? Like it made a difference,
yeah.
right? So it always felt very like before knowing that it felt very clunky because I'd be spamming a lot of Y trying to build that meter all the way up before then switching back and then doing a full release slash.
Yeah.
Then you watch these people play, I'm like, oh,
He just does one spiral
just-
slash, more
yeah,
slash,
you just
release slash.
edge over the you do the minimum and then you go. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
right, yeah, no, it's a thing.
Yeah, so I think you're right. Like they can do more guided tutorials for weapon tutorials. Because right now, when you want to learn a weapon, right, what you just go on YouTube and go Charge Blade tutorial guide, right, and then you try to like follow the video and try to follow and try to learn from it. But obviously, they can do a better job. I mean, in the game.
But you know what? I don't think they ever will.
Yeah, I mean they haven't.
They're not going to. I mean, if what you're telling me is true and they haven't fixed the UI in don't know how many games, they're not going to do.
They
better
actually
work
went
than tutorial.
backwards, man. If you think about it.
So you know, it's not going to happen. Like I think if I were that, like the fact that they allow you to mod everything and they don't care about you modding everything.
Mm.
The only
Like,
thing that they care about is if you mod paid DLC in.
Yeah, if you take their money away from them.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, they do mod certain cheaters as well, like the ones that like give their weapon like 9999 damage, or the
No, they've
there's
never
one guy
banned.
who-
They've never
they
banned
care
any of
about that.
those.
No, there was one recent ban that I read where he changed.
Oh, the decorations, right?
Yeah, he
300
he gave himself like. But then I don't know. That doesn't make sense though, because then that's the same as modding, giving yourself a max
They-
weapon, right?
I mean, you look at World and Rise. The leaderboards are like all 1 second clears. Because if people
Oh,
are just
really?
modding like max damage, yeah, they don't do anything to it. One. They only ban you if you mod paid DLC in. Yeah.
So on that note, what are some things that you wish you could, like, if you could change to this game? I mean, of course, tutorials are one.
I mean, I wrote
But what-
like a review
The
on.
UI. Fix the UI, please.
Yeah, I wrote
What-
a
what-
review on Metacritic. I give it okay. I know you wanna ask us for our scores, right? But I'll just say first lah.
Yeah.
So I give it a 9.
Okay.
Uh, so for me the pros are, I think they took what makes Monster Hunter good and they made it more accessible and made it more fun. Yeah, like, especially the weapons. Like I think
Yeah, I think all the weapons. Is
I think
the
all the
best
weapons
in
are
my taste.
really really good. I wouldn't say best. I think Rise has a lot
Even
of
Hammer?
stuff.
Yeah.
No, Hammer is actually worse. Like Rise Hammer is way better. World Hammer is way better. But I think they did a lot of like majority of the stuff they did well. Like they elevated it lah. So what
Yeah.
I think why I minus 1 point is actually for the multiplayer experience, the whole UI, and how
Must
100%.
join.
I don't
different
understand why,
lobby and,
because Rise was a pretty good experience. You know, Rise you could stay in a party, do the campaign
Yeah.
together. You will appear in each other's cutscenes.
yeah.
It's seamless. And then this one they just went backwards. I don't know. So minus 1 point for me.
Yeah. I mean, in a sense,
Yeah.
we all played the campaign solo.
Yeah, that's
None
why.
of us
Yeah.
played the campaign together.
That's why.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's
Because
too much, so we're just
the
like,
friction
you
is
and-
too much,
you
I
and
think.
HR.
Yeah.
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 Thank God it was short.
I mean, and what about, okay, so give me your score. I mean, it has to be a pretty high score because
I mean,
you put in
it's a 9.
eight-
Yeah.
over hours into the game. So maybe give me your score about the game, guys.
I think it's an 8.
And you did
I
that
give it an 8.
points for?
Shitty
what-
UI and shitty multiplayer.
So are those like, if they fix those, would that bring it up to like a 9? Is that the main thing?
Probably, yeah. If they fix those, it'll be a 9. There are no 10 scores. I never give out 10s. There's no such thing as 10.
So even Baldur's Gate 3 and Pathfinder is a 9.
Pathfinder is not a 9, bro. Pathfinder is like a...
And I gonna tell me you don't give out 10s, but you give out 11s.
No.
It's low. Pathfinder has a lot
Pathfinder
of
is a
problems.
20, no, just kidding. Pathfinder is like a 7.5 or
Oh,
something.
okay. It's lower than
Like, I mean, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but there's some serious problems with that game as well. It's definitely not anywhere close to a 9. Baldur's Gate would be a 9 lah, I think.
Yeah. It's pretty okay.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate is probably one of the closest games to a 10 that I've seen in a very long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It's very good. But anyway,
I think for me, aside from the UI, so 8 for me is 8. But aside from the UI UX and everything we has talked about in multiplayer and everything, I actually think the end game is a little bit stale. Yeah. Right now, right?
I think that's true.
the
Next
end
point
game.
about the
Yeah.
end game. Yeah.
What would you change it? So actually, Premier, what was World's initial endgame before Iceborne? World's endgame wasn't that great either. Was it the same thing? Were you
World's
waiting for
Iceborne was pretty bad also. You had to wait for the Elder Dragons to be released and then you farm the
Yeah.
Elder Dragons. But I think World's endgame is worse because if you want to optimize, I mean, because now you're talking about min-maxing, optimizing your time span, right?
RNG, right?
Then you just fight Temple Arcveld, correct?
Mm.
You don't really care about anything else, or Arcveld lah, like high rank Arcveld, because they give the
Or,
most materials.
or Magala at most, right? The biggest.
Even
fish is like maybe
Gorm
a few
Magala
calls.
isn't really like the best also in terms of rewards.
Yeah.
So I think what they should have done is all the Apexes should have, including Gorm Magala and Arcveld, should have equal endgame rewards so that you have a variety. Because there's no reason to go kill the rest, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
precisely. Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, a lot of Monster Hunter, you can argue also, it's about creating your own end game, right?
Mm.
Like instead of like, okay, of course, once you've created your end game set, there's only so much you can optimize your. I mean, once you optimize your set, then
It's just about like getting better at the weapon.
Either you stop playing the game, or you go and kill 50 Rathians instead and try to like. master
Yeah,
the
Monster Hunter
Rathian.
has always been like that. You set your own goals. Like you want better timing. You want to kill X number of whatever.
Yeah.
You want to hit how many number of hunts with this particular weapon. It's not some guy was like doing 69 hunts for every single weapon. Then after that, there's a comment that says if you go above, you have to go for 420 next. It's just stuff like that lah. Yeah, but that's the Monster Hunter end game. What?
Yeah.
Mm.
But I think the reason why it's fresh for people is that if you get bored of some, it's like, to be honest, the fact that you can just switch weapons is like, if you're bored of one weapon, you just play with another weapon, and all of a sudden, even fighting the same monster, you're like, it feels absolutely different.
Mm.
Well, I wanted to bring this up. What do you all feel about like having two weapons? I feel like I actually don't need two
Don't use
weapons.
it.
Right?
It was like a
I
huge
don't know.
selling point, right? But I've just found it
Yeah.
as a kind of a gimmick for me
I
now.
think
lah.
it's hard to change because your armor doesn't change as well.
Yeah.
It's only good
So-
for weapons that benefit from having two weapons of the same type.
yeah.
That serve
Yes.
like for example
Hunting
hunting
horn,
horn.
yeah.
Hunting horn.
Yeah.
I like the hunting horn basically.
But like, let's say for example, like the initial idea was when you carry a melee weapon and a ranged weapon, and like the monster like goes far away, you can shoot with a ranged weapon. But then that never happens because the monster runs far away when you have a melee weapon. You just run closer to the monster and smack it with the melee weapon.
I mean,
Right.
all these considerations. I mean, it becomes irrelevant because people are pushing sub 2-minute kill times.
I mean, yeah,
It takes you 30 seconds to change your weapon. So like, no one like at the top end of the game, no one is changing weapon ever,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean,
And you don't need to do this like raw element kind of like switcheroo also.
yeah.
Like, you don't
So
even do that.
It might become like, I suppose, more useful in future if we get more hunts that are multi-monster. And then by that time, if you have all of these sets, so you have like, I don't know, a weapon for every element, you might bring one weapon for each of the 2 monsters or 3 monsters on the hunt or whatever, and then you swap in between monsters, maybe.
So
But then you would
Right
just
now,
go
because
to the
element is
and
broken,
change it.
everybody just uses raw, so it doesn't matter. Right?
so the thing is that for WoWs, right? Like, cause now it's base WoWs, right? But if you compare it to the other previous games, right? A lot of the end game quests, the ones that are hard, have like 4 or 5 monsters in one hunt.
Yeah.
With like a 50-minute timer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
what
you're
you
betting
bring
the
is
timer
very
as well.
important. Like you must bring like the most optimal like elemental kind of setup.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the
So
same
in
time,
that kind
elemental
of
now
scenario-
sucks also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in that kind of scenario, 2 weapons might make more sense. Right now, it just
Yeah, I think, but also
But-
because we're in very early game, so yeah.
yeah.
Chu brings up a good point, right? Like you can change the weapon, but then your armor and the
Yeah.
decorations remain the same. So it's
Yeah,
still
right.
Correct.
optimized.
So,
right?
so it will be
I mean,
like
unless-
sword and shield. You
yeah.
bring like water sword and shield and dragon sword
Yeah.
and shield. You know, that
And
kind of
another thing, yeah, but you can't
Yeah.
bring 2 different weapons
yeah.
Yeah.
because your armor decorations
Same
will not
weapon,
fit.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, like you can't bring a gun lens and a switch axe and then say, oh, you know, I need a shield now. So then you change to gun lens, but then all your decorations are all whacked up, are messed up.
Mm.
So you can just. But then the other topic about if you're fighting multiple monsters, instead of doing that whole swapping thing, you could just
Go back to camp.
teleport back to camp
Yeah.
and then go to your camp, change your loadout, and it
Yeah.
takes you a little bit longer, but it doesn't take you that much longer.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing
Yeah.
because the previous games you can't do that, right? Once you go out into the field, you're stuck with whatever you brought out.
Yeah.
You can't restock. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't change weapons.
Oh,
also.
you mean in the previous games you couldn't go back to you? There's no pop up 10. There's no that kind
No.
of stuff.
You have a
you
have a chest.
box
You have a chest at the
with,
start. You have a
with
box.
rations and stuff. Yeah.
You know, the one in your secret, you have like 4 potions. No, 4 first aid
First
meds,
aid mid, yeah, that's what you get.
That's what you get at the start. That's all.
Yeah.
And once you're done, and if you run out of potions, what you have to do is you have to craft them on the field.
Or
Or
go
you
pick
just have
flowers. Yeah.
Yeah, go
Or you give up.
go ups, and yeah, I'll give up. So there's a
So this version of Monster Hunter is really, 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 I won't say dumbed down, but way more accessible, way more forgiving.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
maybe in the future there will be what do you call that? Instead of potions to chuck, you will have what do you call it? You know like those FPS games, you just wait for and then your health will regenerate.
Oh yeah, you
Like-
crouch and then you stay behind cover, right?
Yeah. Maybe in the future that's the future.
Don't get hit for 10 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't get hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think honestly, I don't think Monster Hunter is a game to be played all the time. Like you
Yeah.
play like now, especially you finish the base game of Wilds, and then you enjoy you put in 100 over hours. All of us put in like more than 60 hours already. You got your money's worth,
Mm.
and then I think World was the same thing. Like you jump in every time there's an update.
Mm.
Like when there's a new monster, they come back. Like it was one of those games that you don't really uninstall from your computer because you know like I'll play it when the new monster update
Then you
comes.
release
And
this out. Yeah.
yeah, and then it's okay to just like not play it once once you do the event quest when they come out. Like you go get the special items, and then once you finish the event quest, okay, I'm done. I guess I can just go to
You know, I'm gonna sidetrack a little bit, but like, you know, the one thing I would love to see as a weapon, it's like some kind of magic.
or like a
Oh.
staff, like
Yeah,
a long
like
range.
you can
kind of
cast like
thing.
a ice on the fireball and like you know.
There
Quite
are
cool.
there are other weapons. There was actually a Monster Hunter MMO before.
Really?
Yeah, and they introduced new weapons. I think there were 3 new weapons. I think Marv. This was at the MMO.
Which one is
Yeah.
it?
Let me check. It was I don't think it was produced directly by Capcom, but it was in conjunction.
Monster Hunter Online. Yeah, it's closed already.
Yeah, it's closed already.
Yeah.
They had like what did they have? They had a they had an X weapon that when you hit something, it would like it would create a shockwave in the monster. It would, like it would like yeah, I don't even know how to explain it properly, but yeah, that's a good question actually. What would you guys like? What weapons would you like to? I mean, there's already 14 weapons, right?
There's
has been-
more lah, but there are more weapons, but they're not all in WoW's World and Rise.
Mm.
Yeah.
They were in other.
Yeah, I remember there was a Tonfa, I think.
Onfa.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Let me check it out. I can't remember. Yeah,
No, most of
Tonfa,
it was-
Magnet Spike. I think that's the one that you're talking about.
Yeah, Magnet Spike is the one.
Yeah, and Exo X. Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, but anyway, it'll be cool to see. I don't know if I want what do you call it? A magic weapon.
Yeah, but Monster
But-
Hunter doesn't, like, the universe doesn't have magic, so
Yeah, I know.
that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I don't know. What weapon is needed? Like a whip?
There was a medium bow gun also. Okay.
Yeah, that's not necessary at all.
Yeah.
What's the base now?
It's like heavy medium. You think what code size? Heavy.
Yeah. XL Volga next.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm actually excited to. I mean, I'm really thinking about like what's the DLC going to be for Monster Hunter Worlds. But actually, I was going to ask you guys: would you guys be open to play Rise? Actually, because I actually think, and I don't know whether Marv agrees with me. Like, okay, I give this game, I give this game a 9 as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Rise is almost a 10 for me.
I would rather, as in, if you were to ask me to get them to play another Monster Hunter game, I would choose Rise over World.
Of
Also,
course,
yeah.
they couldn't stand World, right? Like,
Yeah.
as in, like,
Unfortunately,
it's just like,
okay, if we can skip World and go straight to Iceborne, I think Iceborne
Yeah.
is better. Because
but
Iceborne
Hardcore is
has
horrible.
Safi. No, okay. No, World has Safi Jiva.
Yeah,
But
what is
Iceborne
it?
has like
What's his name?
Electron has
No, Electron
Vitalis.
Electron is basically.
No, it's Iceborne. Electron and
Oh,
Vitalis are the last two, the final bosses.
Yeah.
So World and Iceborne had something called Siege, like Siege event, Siege quest, which is a 16-man thing. Yeah. So
it's like a raid lah.
yeah.
Well,
It's-
for what it's worth, there's a Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak demo that's available.
Yeah.
Well, Marv and I own Sunbreak. lah.
Yeah. But if we were to
Um,
play like just together, I think Rise is great because Rise is more.
Yeah.
It's a shorter form and it's
Yeah.
way faster than World. World,
It's
some of the
fast.
fights can take quite long also. Yeah.
Yeah.
World,
It's
you're not
actually even
getting your 2-minute runs.
Rise is faster than Wilds, but not in terms of how fast the hunt goes, but in
Mm.
terms of how fast your character moves.
Yeah, the combat it's way more sped up. You have much better mobility. You have
Yeah.
way cooler moves, and
Yeah.
I think in general, like combat is more engaging in Rise. Yeah,
Yeah, like every weapon, regardless of what weapon you have, always has a traversal. So even Greatsword, like Greatsword is incredibly slow. You have this insane wire butt move where you just basically pull yourself across, like you pull yourself like 10 meters in front of you,
So-
you can get out.
a wire bug is basically your web shooters.
Yeah,
You
it's
have
like web
2
shooter.
to 3 charges. They refuel after time. If you get knocked down, you can just press like some, I can't remember what it was, but you can just wire bug
left
yourself
side.
away from the spot that you're knocked down, and then you just like shoot out like it's basically like a web to some area, and then you pull yourself there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Right,
really
it's
cool.
it's Switch graphics, right?
Actually, on PC,
Actually,
it's
it
not bad. On PC, it's quite good.
Yeah, on PC
Yeah.
when you max out everything, it looks
Yeah,
really good.
it's good.
It's more cartoony. Like the graphics are more.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but
I finished it last year on
doesn't
PC.
look bad.
Actually, I finished it on,
Yeah.
on my deck. I played it completely on my deck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great. It runs like perfectly, like and lock 60 FPS, almost 90.
The only
actually.
thing is that I think if you play Rise Break, then you go back to WoW, you'll be like, walao eh. Some of the
Yeah.
moves, super flashy, and super high
Yeah.
mobility, you lose all of them because they're tied to the wire bug mechanic, which is only in Rise.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great game to like. If you guys get bored of WoWs and you guys want a similar kind of experience and experience even more because the Rise Break monster roster is like
Oh,
what,
Rise
7?
Rise Break has some really really cool monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so many different monsters. If you guys want to experience,
I hope they
we
bring
can
like
honestly-
Ghost Harang. It's like this.
yeah.
Is you see like
It's
a bear that has
He's a yeti. He's a yeti.
and then he can make his arms into like icicles.
yeah, he
Ice
can. He literally have an ice
scythes. Yeah. Yeah.
Scythes. Yeah.
Speaking
That's
of
really
size, I would love to see a proper
A
scythe.
scythe
that's
weapon,
true.
right? Yeah.
Yes,
That's gonna be cool.
like an
Well,
actual scythe weapon.
let us know if I mean Marv and I, and Rise Break often goes on sale.
Mm.
So
I
if
mean,
you're interested.
I would say the fact that it plays very well on deck. I suppose it's a
Yeah, it runs
selling
perfectly fine. I finished
like a
everything.
lot 60, yeah, 90.
like I might play it on deck. I don't know whether I have enough time to dedicate to playing it on PC because
Yeah,
there's always other things to play.
Yeah,
But if it plays well on deck, maybe if I can get on a discount, maybe.
yeah. And the thing is that because you played through Wilds already, so honestly, you guys will be much more equipped when you play play Rise Break because like all the weapons actually they operate a little bit differently, but they are fundamentally the same.
Too different lah. Yeah. How
Yeah.
different can they be?
Yeah. Except that now you're instead of certain weapons having their like the switch action, the full release slash, that's not actually in the base kit of a Switch X. In Sunbreak, it is hidden behind a counter. So you use your wire bugs to do a counter, and then you do the full release slash.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they lock certain mechanics behind.
If not, you'll be
new-
spamming the zero sum discharge thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Switch X is more a zero sum dash. Yeah, but anyway, that would be fun to play Rise together. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's enough. Anything you guys want to add for Monster Hunter Wilds? It was really fun for us to play it actually. 60 hours.
I mean, TU is next week, so
Yeah.
We can
we'll
hunt
get to
some-
play Mitsune.
some tempered Mizusune. He's 8-star, so he's on the highest difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
also Tempered Raidao is coming out.
30th
March-
April.
Yeah, so we'll get that as
Yeah.
well. And Zoshia as well, right?
Yeah, we can definitely do the arena quest together.
Yeah. Is it multiplayer? The Arena Quest?
Some of them are. There's a
Okay.
freestyle one, and then there is the non-freestyle one.
Mm. Okay. Alright, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to ask Marv, what's your deck recommendation?
Oh, okay. So I've been reading a lot of books, right? Okay, not really reading, like listening to a lot of audiobooks. Then I kind of like stumbled across this series of, you know, I mean, you'll definitely know, the Aliens like franchise.
Yeah.
So apparently there was a trilogy of books set between Alien and Aliens, which
Oh.
tells the story of how Ripley. Do you remember what happened at the end of Alien? Like the first one. So she puts herself into hypersleep, and then in Aliens she was discovered, and it's like 60 over years later. So she was in hypersleep
it's
for 60 years.
The Captain America.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So she's basically like a woman out of time, right? So there's this whole like period in between. So this series of books actually explore what happened in between this period, and also how if you all remember what happened to Aliens is that this colony got overrun, right? So the colony was actually built on the planet that the original Alien movie where they found the first specimen. What was his name? John Hurt, right? He got face hugged. So they built a colony there, and then obviously the colony got overtaken by the aliens lah. So this series of books, the last of this series, they actually tell the story of how this colony was lost. Yeah. So it was quite good. Like I think it fills in. I don't know if it's canon or not, but it fills in like a very nice like lead up to Aliens lah. It's called I can't remember the name of the trilogy, but the last book is called River of Pain. sounds quite
What
ominous, right?
What?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you ever wanted to know what happened in between or what happened before Aliens, then yeah.
I'm not a big Alien fan, but are you guys Alien fans?
Not as big as Marv lah. I'll
Yeah,
watch the
not as
movies, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
It's one of those
I think probably
franchises
the
that I
next one after
rewatch
Marv.
like
Yeah.
every year. I just rewatched Romulus like this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was on the plane.
Oh,
Ronalds.
nice.
Did you watch it though?
No. No.
We watched it
It's a very short
together.
flight.
We watched it in IMAX.
Yeah, I watched it on
Yeah,
the
it came
theaters.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you watched it.
So I didn't feel the need to watch it on the plane again.
All right, thanks. I've got two. My first recommendation is a pen. So I don't know if you guys are looking. So apparently, I don't know why. Sometimes when you scroll on YouTube feeds or do you guys watch YouTube Shorts?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes.
Sometimes I watch YouTube Shorts, and then I don't know why all of a sudden there are such thing as called the stationery awards. So
No.
there are people who give like recognize like good stationery, and as you expect, almost all stationery awards are given to Japanese pens. And so Uniball, Uniball, the brand Uniball. Apparently, this Uniball Zento is like they have different like models of it. So this is the cheapest model. This is 275 yen. All right, and then they have the aluminum model, which is like a heavier version, which is 1,000 yen. And then they have the flagship model. It's like a phone, they have like a flagship model, which is like 3,300 yen. for a pen. But
$30.
But it's cool. It's cool. I mean, to be fair, you pay much more for a good like
Mont Blanc, yeah.
yeah Momo. So, but it's just like you pull it like the case is it's not a what do you call it? It's not a click pen. It's like you pull it out. It's magnetic and it's all the bells and whistles.
Okay,
But
okay.
it's so popular that
Can't find
it's
it.
sold out. Yeah, it's sold out.
Even the $33 one.
The 33 baht one is
33
all
baht
sold
one
out.
is sold out.
It's
Oh,
the one that's
man.
sold out. Everything else, the rest are okay. Like you can buy from store, but the 33 baht is all sold out.
I was just gonna say that I wouldn't mind like just buying it for as a memento.
You can see whether it's in Singapore, but I bought the cheapest one because I ain't crazy to buy such an expensive pen. And it works. It's a gel ink, so sometimes you either use ballpoint, which is nice because it doesn't smudge. But sometimes when you use a ink pen, it tends to smudge, right, when you write. But the gel ink technology that Unipol does is really good. It doesn't smudge, even though it's an ink. So if you guys are looking for a new pen, Unipol Zento is the way to go.
Wow. The signature model on Shopee is 56
Yeah.
bucks.
And that's probably like it's not a scalper, right? It's from Unipol themselves.
Yeah, because they're importing it from
Yeah,
from
Japan, from us.
what the heck, man?
Well, okay. If I honestly, if you guys, if I see it, I'll get for you guys as a.
Oh, you're coming back next year, right?
Yeah, I'll get you guys. Yeah,
Souvenirs
for
from
birthday.
Japan.
But anyway, every time I go to a store and I see it, it's all sold out. But they have a sign that says in Japanese, "One customer, one pen only."
Oh my
So-
god.
That's how popular it is.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. And then the second recommendation I have is this. So I've been looking for a low
Oh.
profile keyboard. So I have a few. I have one. Yeah, but I've been looking for something that's low profile that
I like low profile. Yeah.
well. So this one is called the Low Free Flow Light.
Mine is low profile also.
Yeah. Yours is a Keychron?
Nope, mine is
Yours is Luffy?
it's a drop. It's a drop shift. Can you
Can I
see?
see the front? That's not that low. Your keycaps are quite. Okay. It's because your keycaps are quite high, right? Comparative to, these are low. Yeah. So this is great, but the switches are not. Are you guys keyboard people? Do you guys all have mechanical keyboards?
Yes, but I'm not one of those custom keyboard people.
Yeah.
same.
Either I buy. But the switches in this are not that great. So they are silent switches. So I don't know if you can hear the. Can you hear
Silent
that?
switches are good, man.
Yeah. So they're great, but I think the bad thing about this is that they have the low free, the company itself has like they sell the more brand the better switches, but you have to pay like $100 more for like the better switches, which is kind of lame. Yeah, but it's a great keyboard if you guys are looking for a low profile mechanical keyboard, low free flow light. Yeah. All right. Well, it's almost 1.5 hours, so I just wanted to ask. Actually, Marv, I want to ask you, you've been reading a lot of books, right? But when I say reading, you mean audiobooks only, right?
Yeah. As I finished 4 so far.
Then what was your goal for the year?
12.
Do you remember? 12, right?
Yeah.
Once a month,
One,
right?
yeah.
You're already ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
that's
so I
good.
started The Last Horizon already. I'm on
Which chapter are you on?
I'm at the part where he has already found the ship. They're looking for a crew.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm
How do you
enjoying
like
it.
it so
I'm
far?
enjoying it. It's different in the sense that
Yeah.
I think what you say was very true. Like, what was it? A prologue? Then he's like super powerful already. He gets all his powers right at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a very
it's
interesting-
very like the concept is very cool because it's a mash of like magic with science fiction, right? And like spacefaring stuff, and there's aliens also. Yeah. So normally it's just one. Like if it's magic, then it's normally like more fantastical.
It's fantasy, sci-fi.
So it's interesting. I definitely wanna I'm looking forward to getting through more of the story. Yeah.
I'm actually
Speaking of-
reading it now that you're.
Sorry?
Speaking of books, where do you guys get your ebooks from?
Oh, I
Amazon.
have an Audible for me lah. I have an Audible subscription.
Amazon Singapore library is very
Oh.
small.
I don't buy it from Singapore though.
You need the US one.
I buy the US one.
Mm.
That means your Amazon accounts list US as the address.
Yes.
Yes.
You can just put a
I
American.
use my aunt's.
Yeah, just anyone's American address. The credit card doesn't need to be. It can be a Singapore one, but the
Yeah.
address has to be a Yeah. And
Yeah, so that's very annoying. I refuse.
I actually used my friend's address when he lived in the States, and he doesn't live there anymore.
So
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I don't mind. I haven't bothered to change it. Yeah.
the good thing
so
about
it-
Audible, and because Audible is part of is Amazon, right?
Amazon, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Amazon. Yeah.
So because
Yeah,
I have the books from
Yeah.
The Last
And they're
Horizon. Yeah. And then I have the audiobook, right? It automatically like jumps to
Deducts.
wherever I've been wherever
Oh,
I
yeah,
stopped
yeah,
listening.
yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah,
Oh.
correct.
Yeah. So
It's your
if I open my Kindle, is it Kindle?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Then it goes straight to the point where I stop listening. Then I can continue reading on. Then if I go back to Audible, it just continues back from where I stopped reading.
It'll prompt you lah. It'll prompt you to
Yeah.
say like you last listened
Super
it
good.
at this.
Yeah.
Super good. But yeah. It's one of the best
That's
parts
pretty good.
of being in the same ecosystem. And actually, The Last Horizon is one of the books that I'll recommend to Kwan, because I know, like, you bounced off Stormlight Archive, right? You bounced off Way of Kingsbury Hard, right? Because it's just really slow to build, right? That's usually the number one complaint. Like the first, I read the first 3 chapters and I bounced off. But Last Horizon is like the first chapter. Really, you're like, whoa, that's cool, right, Marv?
Yes.
Like he yeah, just go. I recommend just try the last it's called
I'm sure you can read like
a snippet of it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Download a sample of it.
So Chu, I tried to go and look for Unsold.
And you don't. It's not even on the Singapore Library.
No,
Oh wow.
Singapore Library has nothing. So I always knew the Singapore Library had nothing, but then I thought that was like I think I first tried looking at like the Singapore Amazon like I don't know, maybe a decade ago.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, it's been a decade. Like surely things have been. No, it hasn't. It's ridiculous.
Could I gift it to you? If
Probably
I
not.
get it?
You'll probably say something stupid like, oh, like it's region locked or some crap.
Because
I wouldn't
the
be
funny thing
surprised.
about Cradle, so the Cradle series that I would recommend Marv to read once you finish The Last Horizon, because it's by the same author, and if you like that kind of writing style and humor, then you will like it. But because he often gives it away for free,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
like
and
he won't even
the ebook.
just give you like the first 9 books for free.
Oh.
Yeah, so you don't actually need to, yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, well, I was actually going to ask you guys whether you guys have any book recommendations, actually, since we're talking about the topic of books.
Mm,
Like, did you guys read anything recently that, yeah,
the last book that I read, it's not even that. It's not even that recent. It's a short trilogy called The Scholomance.
okay, isn't it by Naomi Novik?
Yeah, Naomi Novik. I like Naomi Novik.
That's a great series.
Yeah, so I read that, one of the more recent books that and it's not that I think I read it last year maybe. Yeah, I mean it's technically considered young adult, but
No, it's quite mature for its.
it's interesting. I enjoyed that series.
Yeah. Yeah, Naomi Novik's pretty good.
I think you all know that I struggle to read fantasy or anything that has a narrative. What I've been reading though is something called The Relentless Elimination of Hari. So it's a Christian kind of like book that approaches the idea of what do we pack our lives with, right? And we always feel we have no time, we're very busy. But it tries to get you to be a little bit more reflective on what you're spending your time on, and whether or not what you're spending your time on is really meaningful and what is important to you, lah. Right? Yeah. And a little bit of minimalism and cutting, unimportant things out of your life. But it's been very helpful. Yeah. Very helpful perspective. Yeah.
Nice. So good. Yeah. Actually, on that note, I there's this I don't know if do you guys know the Bible Project? I know Kwan will know it. So basically it's this group of it's this Seattle-based like Bible scholars who try to simplify try to read the Bible from a literary perspective and explain it from a literary perspective rather than a very religious perspective. So they're still religious. They obviously explain it from a Christian perspective, but they read it for the Bible literally for what it is, understanding the culture and the context. But actually there's another group called Practicing the Way. I don't know if you heard of it before. That do a similar thing but regarding like spiritual disciplines and stuff like that. So that's really interesting.
Yeah. So John Cromer, who is part
From
of that,
Practicing the Way?
he wrote the book. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Chris, if I can buy for you Cradle, I'll buy for you Cradle. I'm trying, but you think that you can't even gift things on Amazon. There's no option to gift things. Why?
No, seriously, don't
Why?
take part in these games. Fuck them. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's so difficult for me to spend.
I want to
Where-
give Jeff Bezos
Bro.
my
If it's
$1.45.
Yeah,
He's
if
no
it's so hard
longer-
for me to spend money, then I'm just
He's
not
no
going to spend the
longer
money. Like, it's ridiculous.
Whoa. So you
Can I
need to-
add? Can I add you to my like Kindle family?
He needs
you
another
can like
another
add
yacht.
family.
Yeah, correct. He needs to beat Elon Musk. Now is his only chance, you know?
I don't think my $1.45 is gonna add that much.
Hey,
to this,
every cent
He shall
counts.
check.
man. Every
Yeah.
cent counts.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Oh, I wanted to say that I actually tried to read the fourth book of Wheel of Time, and I didn't hate it. Yeah.
Fourth book of Wheel of Time. Was it? The
It opens
Fires-
with Min trying to get in, speak
Fires-
to the Amethyst. Emmeline C.
Emerlyn.
Yeah.
Emerlyn. It's called The Fires Rising. Rising Fire. What's it called?
Something like that, I can't remember.
To be honest, the Wheel of Time books are great until book 7, and then it just like, what the heck's going on? Fires of Heaven. That's what it's called. Fires of
Because
Heaven.
the problem also is that the last few books
Oh,
not even
right.
written by Robert Jordan anymore. So
It's by Brandon Sanderson. No, but
Yeah.
that's the best part, honestly.
because it
You
is.
just say it sucks.
No. The part that sucks is when he got old. So the worst books are Winter's
Found old
Heart,
people.
Crossroads of Starlight, and Knife of Dreams. So book 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 10 are very bad. Like the plot doesn't go anywhere. And okay, if the Wheel of Time show continues literally to if they will continue all the way to season like the end of the books, I'm very sure that they will combine books 7, 8, 9, 10
in
in
a
one
single
season. Because nothing of real. I mean, there are certain really cool scenes that happens in those books, but it's like one cool scene in one book. Yeah, so I think they'll combine those. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson did a really good job of ending the whole series.
No, I need to go and read some Brandon Sanderson. Is what I need to do.
You
It's very
should
good.
read. You should read. Yeah, just don't read Stormlight Archive. Read. I think
Respawn.
I think
the King's thing, right? What is it? Archive of Kings, whatever it's called.
Stormlight Archive.
No, don't read that.
No, there's another one, right? What's the other series called?
Mistborn.
Mistborn?
Yeah, maybe.
That's the YA version. No, I recommend. Okay, so this is another. I recommend Elantris. It's a standalone book. Elantris. It's a standalone book. Don't need to read series. It's a standalone book. It's actually one of his first books. It's
I mean,
not.
I
as-
don't mind reading. I don't mind reading series. It just needs to be a good series.
Yeah. So Elantris is a standalone book, and it's very interesting. The stuff he writes, but yeah, it's actually less polished. But I think his plot ideas are much more interesting because it's his first
Okay.
book. Yeah,
That's
so
quite
Oh, I actually really like Skyward. The
Yeah,
first two
yeah.
books of Skyward.
yeah. So that's the his sci-fi YA stuff.
If Elantris is a standalone, it might be kind of like how I got into Eddings, maybe.
Yeah. Try Elantris. Elantris is really good.
Eddings had a standalone.
Yeah.
Which one?
Redemption of
I
Our
never-
Fathers. I read that before.
Yes, that was a thick book.
Yeah.
I remember that book. It's like
Little known fact, I did not start David Eddings with his seminary
Okay,
works. I
right.
started with
Margaret.
his standalone book, and I liked it so much. I went out and I bought Belgariad, and
Have you read the Bulgarian and the Malorian recently?
Yeah. Oh no.
Does it? I'm
don't think-
wondering because
Does it age well?
does it hold
I don't
up?
think
I don't
it
think it does. You know.
No,
I don't think it does. You know.
it's a bit too. I think the Belgariad and the Malorian, like, it sort of like if you go back and read it now, it's a bit like, oh, this is almost like young adult, almost.
It probably is.
It reads a lot like men writing women.
Yeah. I mean, there isn't even any good. Who's the strong? I mean, Polgara is the only woman that is like.
Yes.
decent
And
character.
Senedra, right? The
Yeah.
whiny
Yeah.
princess that
She-
matures.
Yeah. And then, but there are some really like what I just.
May they never touch it. May Amazon, Disney
No, I don't think
never
it's
touch it. Okay?
If anything, they will.
They
if anything,
tried, didn't they?
The Burger, right?
I think they tried to. They wanted to make a series, but I think it didn't.
Oh, thank God.
At least I seem to remember.
Why
rumors.
not? I don't mind. If anything, I think they'll touch. Did you guys read Feist? Remini Feist? Magician.
Yeah, I read the first book.
I think they'll touch Magician first rather than Burger, because it's more condensed. Like this, it's not because Burger is 5 books and the Malorian is 5 books.
He could do the Diamond Throne one, the Sparhawk series. That one is 3 books. Each.
But actually, I don't think the Spark series is as good as the Bergerac.
Yeah.
Marv is like, what's going on? Who are these? Who is this?
I don't know about that, man. I enjoyed the Sparhawk, both Sparhawk trilogies.
Yeah, I did too. But
I think the problem is that once you read Eddings, all his series are pretty similar.
yeah, no,
Oh, yes, I mean it's his.
Yeah.
I mean he's writing in his voice, right? That's
It's
his
not just
style.
that his storyline tends to
Yeah.
have the same
But-
characters, you know.
yeah. But actually, on that point, right? Because I mean, you guys know that I'm trying to write a book now, similar fantasy book. But then I actually watched. Actually, you know, Brandon Sanderson, right? I mean, he's definitely the most. He's now like the fantasy writer, right? The most prolific fantasy writer, like the one that everybody knows. He actually gives free lectures on YouTube.
Online, right? Yeah.
So you actually you can listen to, and he's able to like distill how he writes.
Yeah.
And what important.
Yeah.
So one thing he says is that very interesting is that there's only so many plots in narrative writing. Like, everybody writes the same plot, and you can't really change it. And if you do change it, usually it doesn't work. Because the reason why the plot that everybody follows is good is because it's recognizable and easy to follow. But what changes is, you know, your setting can change, your characters can change, the character arcs can change, and the way they progress can change. And so I think in that way, the Belgariad and Malorian and the Spouts trilogy, I think the difference is that the characters also feel the same.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
Starhawk doesn't feel that much different from Belgarian. And
No lah.
No, what's Polgarian's husband's name? Polgarius.
Yes, exactly.
the
The
knight,
warrior that
the warrior that Polgarian marries
I
eventually.
forgot.
Yeah, but he's basically Sparhawk, right? He's basically Sparhawk.
Verdict, right? Or
It's
something.
not Sparhawk.
Honor bound, but slightly more caddish. That's about it, all. Right.
I mean,
Durnick, yeah, Durnick. Yeah.
Grimling and Sparhawk are very different characters. But I mean, yes, so they're obviously very similar elements because that's just his style. La. So I guess Eddings, you either like him or you don't. If you like his style, you will enjoy all his books. But I think, I mean, I haven't reread it in a very long time, but I don't think it.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to say, like, I think I would recognize its flaw. Like, if I went back to read it now, I think I would probably still enjoy it simply because I
No,
enjoyed
but
it.
you're weighing your nostalgia.
Yeah,
Yes.
like so the nostalgia would allow me to enjoy it, but I think I would recognize its flaws more if I went back to read it
Definitely.
again today.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Maybe I should go and reread it.
Yeah. No, don't read. Read The Last Horizon, guys. That's the book I recommend to all of you because Marv is reading it and it is the most accessible book that you can read.
Yeah, okay. It just means I actually have to go to a bookstore.
That's it. Oh, do you guys do Libby? Have you guys heard of Libby?
Yeah. You
It
can
is
borrow it, but
The
It's a reader, but you still have to find the EPUB, right?
oh, you
No,
can,
you
can link it to a
borrow from your
local
library.
library.
Yeah, you borrow from Singapore Library.
Oh.
But I will say Singapore Library is not the best.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
fantasy, it's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, lah, I mean, there'll be things they don't have, lah.
But there will be
Even
lunch.
though our library
all the
is
Sanderson
a
books.
pretty damn good, like, selection,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Oh well.
I actually wish we could find something that is like, you know, sort of like Belgariad again and Wheel of Time again and experience that all over again. You know, it's so hard to find something like that now.
No, I think there is a lot of books like that, but you have changed.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
What's
you
the new fantasy YA series that everybody's the one what's it called? Something Wing, the Fourth Wing? Is that what's it called?
The West Wing.
No, it's called The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It's like a
But
new.
these are YA books. What about
Yeah.
non-YA books?
Hey, come on, guys. Bulgaria is YA. Like we read it when we were young adults.
No, but
What's
it's not
the difference
classified
between
as-
YA and not
classified
YA?
as
Can you please
YA.
explain to me? Like, what's YA and what's not?
It's
Just
a very
because
it's a very
more accessible.
amorphous definition, but basically I would classify it as like very simple storylines, but with usually very young characters.
So
And they tend to be shorter.
Wheel of Time and Lord of the Rings not YA, but
No, the writing style of Lord of the Rings and like Malazan Book of the Fallen, the way that it's written, the themes that it explores, like grimdark and all, like the themes are generally more, less, what do you call it, less serious, less heavy. Like Song of Ice and Fire is definitely not YA.
So Wheel of Time is not YA.
no,
No, it's definitely not YA.
Okay.
not YA. Like people
Speaking of
die
Green
all the
Dark,
time.
speaking of Green Dark, so some books that I have started reading are Warhammer books.
Oh,
Nice.
You know, because Black Library is happy to take my
Your
money,
money.
and just send me an EPUB. So, you know, I'll read it.
I can't get into it, you know. I tried also to read some Warhammer 40k stuff, and I'm just
You like the lore, but you can't stand the books,
No,
right?
you see,
I-
Ian, you need to read the correct book. So, which book did you try to read?
I think it was the start of the Horus Heresy, but I just couldn't
No,
get into
don't
it.
read. My recommendation: don't read Space Marine books. I can't read Space Marine books either. There is no connection. You don't understand the point of view of these like
Super
super
soldiers, right?
soldiers and stuff. So you go and read Eisenhorn trilogy. Go and read the ones like Gaunt's Ghosts, the books that focus on the regular humans in the trenches. Like I think those are easier to connect with. You're not some like immortal super.
I thought I would get into like Age of Sigma fantasy also, right? Because we normally read fantasy books, but I was also like,
You know what you should do?
Again,
Let's
Again,
Yeah.
don't read Age of Sigma fantasy. Go and look for the read the old world, the old Warhammer fantasy novels. They are better written.
we should do the same thing that we did last time, but instead of giving each other games, we should give other books. To
bro,
read.
you're wasting your money on me, bro.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
If Ian gives me some of these like non-fiction like self-help books, like I would fall asleep. Like, I
No,
wouldn't even-
no. But the idea is you give a book that you think the other person would like. Like you kind of
Okay,
cater the book to them. It's not just
Fair,
like it's my favorite book. Read it. It's like here's
It's like
I
here's Great Love, guys. Have fun.
like, I recommend to you a book that I know
You're like,
I think you will like. I think
Milton's Paradise Lost. Again, read epic literature, guys. Epic poems, okay?
Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing Marv talk about that. I have been waiting for someone to get into the world of Will White, this author. So
Speaking of books, did anybody actually read like the Three Body Problem like fully? Like
No,
the other
I only
books?
watched the
Only watched
Netflix thing.
I didn't watch the show. Yeah.
Actually, the lore is pretty cool.
Yeah. But did he do it from like? Did he start with the theory and then created the show out of it? And then that's like, is he not a scientist at heart? But he just
It's translated,
the
right?
concept.
And Liu translated it from
Yeah.
that Cixin.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently, like for those, like I mean, hearing accounts of people who've attempted to read the original, like the Mandarin, it's heavy. It's super heavy. Like the concepts that he explores are very heavy and quite technical. I mean, I don't know about realism or whatever lah, but apparently it's a very heavy read.
Yeah.
So I don't know how well the translation is, but the original apparently is a heavy read.
Okay. Well, we're about there already. We're close to 1.5 hours. So thanks guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we'll do another one with you guys. Maybe when you guys play Rise together. I'm still holding out hope that you guys will play Rise together. I gotta find you guys, and I gotta find some clips, of like some weapons that you guys like and show you how it
Don't
looks
hold your
like.
breath. I mean, the demo's available. I might go and try
No,
the demo.
you,
maybe.
it's an easier sell to you, Chris, because you can play it on the deck.
You also
It's
can play
easier.
on the deck, what?
No, but he doesn't touch his deck.
Bro, my deck has been in my drawer for 2 years, bro.
Time to study it up just for Rise. Actually,
That's
Chris can
alright.
try
You
Rise.
and
Chris is in
Travel.
our family group.
Yeah, you have Rise, Chris.
Oh, right. I do
You
have
have
Rise. You're right.
all-
I can actually play Rise, yeah. In the family,
Okay.
yeah. Fair enough.
By the way, thanks
Fair
guys
enough.
for
I will
watching.
install it on my deck and I will.
Yeah.
look at
Oh,
it.
but I will say Rise is much better with mods. Like, there's a lot of mods already, so we just install the
Monster Hunter is better with
Yeah.
mods, okay?
Yeah.
some mods, like the spirit bugs and everything. You just don't want to deal with it.
No,
so,
you do the one where you get like the max spirit bug right at the start.
yeah. Oh, we'll recommend you some, Chris, if you get into it. All right, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Follow all our Insta, Twitch, and Facebook stuff. See you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.